Well, another questionable object was found using Google Maps on the surface of Antarctica recently.
Antarctica is a place shrouded in mystery. Many sites, media sources, and paranormal news centers have been enthusiastically discussing Antarctica recently due to some unexpected things found on Google Maps over the past few years.
But Antarctica isn't something that's piqued people's interests recently. Antarctica and its secrets were a point of contention as far back as World War II, where Hitler is said to have had a secret base there and was studying technology.
Welcome to Edge of Wonder. I'm your host, Ben.
And I'm Rob.
If this was just one thing found there, it could be written off as some strange phenomena. In this video, we'll not only show you what they found recently, but we'll go over the top 5 things that will make you wonder what is really going on in Antarctica under all that snow.
If after this video you don't think Antarctica is weird, you might need some help.
Another sketchy UFO object. This recent find on Google Maps is just one in a series of many reported UFOs found on the surface of Antarctica.
Yeah, so when I first looked at this, I thought it could be anything, like a rock, and then I looked closer and it really looked like one of those classic 1950 UFO sightings.
Right.
But the weird thing is like half of it is buried in the dirt.
The object in question is said to be about 16 meters or roughly about the size of an F-16 fighter jet. But what do you guys think? Is this a legitimate UFO or is it just a rock?
Still don't believe us that Antarctica is weird? Wait, there's more. Entrances. Hey Ben, did you know Hitler was reportedly obsessed with Antarctica? So the story goes that he sent a ship down there in 1938 called
Schwabenland.
He's known to have had a base there called
Berchtesgaden.
Yeah, actually they named the area of Antarctica with their base
Neuschwabenland.
after their ship, and throughout World War II they were dead set on developing this thing which they called
Wunderwaffen.
or wonder weapons.
Yeah, I heard that's where they developed things like
Die Glocke.
their Nazi UFO. Watch our episode on time travel for more information on,
Die Glocke.
and watch the movie Kung Fury if you want to see what Hitler did after he used the time machine.
Okay, it's unclear whether the Nazi Antarctic base is actually true, though Rob and I lean it more towards being not complete fiction. But one thing is for sure, there are a lot of gaping holes in the ground of Antarctica that people claim are entrances to underground caverns.
So why are we talking about a Nazi base? Well, check out the legitimate evidence of images taken from Google Earth that show these huge gaping entrances. Still don't think it's weird? Think about how many times you see something like this, like a gigantic hole like this, hanging around in your city or town. Not very often, right?
Yeah, perhaps a Nazi base is not so far-fetched, or any base for that matter.
Speaking of bases, check out this gem found on Google Maps.
This object they're calling a base is about a 10.5 mile perfectly straight line with a cylindrical structure at about 50 feet across.
So think about the amount of effort it would take to build a 10.5 mile long structure in a perfectly straight line on Antarctica, no less. Either this is a structure left over from a previous civilization, or an advanced civilization, or it's a base of some kind.
Or all of the above.
Yeah, it could be.
Which leads us to our next topic, potential Antarctica ancient ruins found on Google Maps.
Don't believe us? Check out this image.
This structure is about 500 by 400 feet. If you look around Antarctica on Google Earth, you can try to count how many times you see formations like this.
Yeah, most of it is your generic icy terrain. What makes this compelling is the round shape with the very distinct segments. It's just too orderly to be a natural formation.
Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of examples of ancient ruins that appear similar to this. I'm even reminded of the Colosseum for some reason, or like Stonehenge.
Stonehenge, yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know, Rob, what do you think? Real or fake?
I'm going with real on this one. It's too orderly to be natural. But what do you guys think? This next example basically seals the deal for me on whether ancient ruins are under the ice in Antarctica.
All right, you guys, we saved the best for last. Have a look at these images of pyramids that were found on Antarctica that strangely resemble the pyramids of Giza.
Okay, we set up a side-by-side so you could see the eerie resemblance here. One of these things sticking up would be, dismissible as a mountain that looks similar, but there are 3 that look like ancient pyramids.
I mean, could this really be a coincidence? One of the things that really hit me while looking at this are the fact that the flat plains that seem to make up the sides of the pyramids. That just doesn't happen naturally. I mean, mountains aren't flat, especially all sides.
No, definitely not. So now there's like much debate online whether this is madness and completely fake or whether it's real. We're not really here to answer that.
Right.
We're here to say one simple thing. If you don't really know, don't completely write these off as fake. One thing is for sure, there's weird stuff on Antarctica, even if we can't see it completely.
Also, if this gets enough views and likes, we'll do a whole video on the secret underground bases found in Antarctica that have a significant amount of evidence to support it.
Yeah, we got all the info, Pete.
Yep.
Also, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. We can use all the support we can get.
Until then, we'll see you guys out.
On the edge. So they sent a ship down there in 1938 called Schwabenland.
Schwabenland.
He's known to have had a base there called New Berchtesgaden.
Neu Berchtesgaden. Die Glocke.